Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. I have the honor and privilege today of introducing you to a wonderful individual who is service-minded, somehow fits in with Rotary here, and is going to go around and visit 50 different clubs in our district. But Bill is going to be with us today for a few minutes. He told me to cut him off at 2 o'clock, if that was okay with everybody.
Yep.
Just kidding, just kidding. He's very aware of the time. But District Governor Bill Knake is a graduate of Western Illinois University, Department of Agriculture. He owns and operates Tracer Industries, a subcontract machine shop that specializes in wheels and spindles and axles. I'm not sure if that has any correlation there, but that rotary wheel seems to go pretty well there. Bill has been an active member of the Havana Rotary Club since 1988, serving in all capacities at the club level. He is then, of course, ascended to the other levels of district governor. But on the way there, he has served 3 times as assistant district governor in his area, district trainer. He's worked on visioning and Rotary Leadership Institute committees at the district level and several others, but he wanted to keep this short. Outside of Rotary, Bill has numerous volunteer opportunities he's been involved with, most notably being with Boy Scouts of America. And Bill became an Eagle Scout in 1979. So not only is he an Eagle Scout, he's also a choir boy. So he's got the 2 good notches there. He's also served as district commissioner for the WD Boys Council. Bill and his wife, Barbara, live in Havana, Illinois. They are 2 proud parents of their 2 adult children, Kelsey, who lives in Columbia, Missouri, and Carter in Jefferson City, Missouri. Please stand and join me in welcoming our district governor for 25-26, Bill Knake.
You'll find I'm very informal. I had the pleasure of being AG 3 cycles because in our area, nobody likes to volunteer. So spent a lot of time at AG. My first go around was with one of your members as district governor, Ron Riggins. So that was my first cycle. It moves. Anybody not be able to hear me? Oh, you do have people online.
We do.
Okay.
We can give you a.
No. I was going to move.
No, that's okay. We got you.
Okay. Oh, I don't. Everybody can hear me without the mic?
Online.
Oh, online. Sorry, guys. I apologize. So anyway, spent some time as district trainer, and I learned many years ago, if you don't walk the room, people tend to fall asleep in the back. Anyway, one of the things I'd like to draw to your attention is this year's theme. It's Unite for Good. And it's more than just a theme, it's a way Rotary can interact in your community. I think I'm hitting the speaker.
Yeah.
So the large part of it is that Rotary needs to take advantage of our partners. Now, this is a very diverse club. I don't have that advantage in some of the other clubs that I go and visit. So they're partnering with like the Eagles and the Optimists, with the scouting program. And I'll talk about that in a little bit because it's kind of near and dear to my heart. But anyway, that is our theme. I have the distinct pleasure of having the international president at less than a month's prep before taking over Rotary International. And if you've been paying close attention, next year, incoming district governor, his incoming president passed away. So we're gonna have some new fresh faces on the international presidents of Rotary. And I bring this to your attention because Rotary is getting older, and the RI board's recognizing that, and they're really going after some of the younger directors. If you're familiar with directors are kind of over the zones, and zones are kind of over the district, and the districts are kind of over. I need backup, Jeff. Am I messing up?
Just for the online people.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nobody wants to see this face, Jeff. If you don't know, Jeff takes care of our audio visual at our district events. And while I'm giving a big shout out, I will remind you that come November 8th at UIS in Springfield, Illinois, at the Student Union, Jeff will be working his magic, making me look good on stage for our district conference. This is our time to celebrate. This is our time to brag. It is your time to also learn. The committee that Jeff sits on, and several of you also in this room are involved with, are putting together a heck of a conference. I will talk about real quickly, come spring and March, and this club is one of the exceptions in our district. You have an incoming president. Yes. Now, you guys probably don't think about that being a big deal, but I came in with 20 clubs without a club president this year. And I thought that we were all adults and everybody acted like every other Rotary club, and there's always somebody ready to come up, but that doesn't always happen. So be blessed that you're in a club that has that opportunity to have different people willing to step up, because in a lot of clubs, they have a real tough time. Matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, before Jeff and I went to Ohio, I got my last two club presidents for this year. So Masanda coming in next year. He's a school teacher out of Edwardsville. And I promised him in December of this year, I will have every club president, incoming club president, ready to go for training come March. This past March, I had the pleasure of having two brand new events go on during training. Everybody knows on Friday it's President-elects. Saturday it's training for all the chairs and new Rotarians to learn about Rotary. But we also took on leaders training, which gave Rotarians an opportunity to learn more about how the district functions and allows them to get in line for advancement to higher levels in our district. Also, the biggest part that I'm proud of, my passion in this world is youth. We actually brought together Interact clubs. And if I got this right, 3? This club is responsible for 3 Interact clubs. Thank you. I also heard that membership's an interest in this club. And I'm here to tell you, you have 3 clubs already that could feed this club. Not with just membership, not just numbers, with diversity. Yes, they're gonna be 18 years old. Yes, they can't really afford to do what you guys do. But we have these things called satellite or companion clubs that'll allow them to be part of your club, maybe not with the larger fee structure. What's the benefit for you? The benefit for you is the fact you get younger members, you bring them in, and they learn what Rotary is about. They're continuing to give service to their community. They are bringing other young members, and when they become established, they can come into meeting here at noon. But you're giving them a platform once they get out of high school when they're 18 years old. Now, mind you, some of your high schools that are involved, a lot of those students will be going on to college. But there'll be a large percentage of those kids that will be staying in the area. Reach out to them. Invite them. Find the different formats that are available in the membership that can be part of your club, whether it's a satellite or actually bring them in. I leave that up to your board. But this is the way to grow diversity. It's a way of growing your numbers to a younger age. And by goodness, there's a lot of young people in here, and I am very thankful to see that. So we're going to, once again this year, also do the leaders trek at training. That's March. And we're also going to bring in our 19, soon to be 20 plus Interact clubs. And what we do is we bring in 2 leaders from every club, And they are trained on what Rotary is, Rotary 101. And they learn how to do international projects. They learn how to communicate between themselves, because this is what these kids want to do. They want to be able to find out what other clubs are doing. What are you doing for a fundraiser? How do you interact with your clubs? And I'm going to challenge you right now, and I know you bring in kids, but start mentoring to these young people. You have a vast amount of knowledge. Please take that time to spend a moment with them, even if they're just visiting your club because you had the honor or the privilege to bring them in here and be part of your meeting. I know they take over one of your meetings, but spend time with them. Let's face it, if you're the parent, you can tell your kid 20 times, but somebody that's not the parent tells them once and it's a brand new idea. That's what I'm asking you to try to do, is be that mentor and help grow what Interact is, grow what Rotary is. And those people are what is going to be your future. Let's see. I said Doug did a very fine job. Been involved in scouting many years, and within Rotary there's fellowships, and the one that's key to me mostly is scouting. Been involved in it a good many years. I had the pleasure of obtaining Eagle Scout. I was also lucky enough to be Lodge Chief in our Order of the Arrow, which is a group within the Rotary, within scouting that provides service to our camps. So within Rotary, we have certificates, and in our council, which is WD Boy Scouts, for those of you who are not familiar with scouting, I have a little issue with our council, which is amazing because it's mine. But I also have 4 other councils that I have that are represented in our district. And for the girls, we have the Gold Award, for those of you who are familiar with them. And for the Eagle Scouts, we have the Eagle Award, for what they now call, instead of Boy Scouts, Scouting America. I am willing to supply these certificates to your club, and John is more than welcome to sign it as your club to any young person you know that has obtained the Eagle Scout or Gold Award. Now, one of the mega councils in St. Louis, where they have about 500 Eagle Scouts, this district's going to supply all of St. Louis's council, which is our southern part of our district, plus the rest of Missouri, with these certificates at their Eagle Dinner. Quincy is a small council. They have about 30 Eagle Scouts. They're going to do that at their dinner. Lincoln, same way. Iowa, same. Well, Iowa goes over to Iowa, and I'm supplying their council with all of them. But where we're at right here today, I don't have that cooperation. So if you know of a young person, it does not have to be a Rotarian's kid. It doesn't have to be your relative. But if you know of a young person in your neighborhood or somebody you go to church with that is obtaining either one of these, get a hold of John. John will get a hold of me. In the back is my business card. Please grab one. I'm also on DACDB, so you can grab it there. If you have any questions about it, that can we will make sure that those get out to the deserving kids. I'm very partial to both organizations. The Girl Scouts, I think we have on board. I have in our area, I believe it's 3 Girl Scout councils. So that just means I buy cookies in 3 different councils. And trust me, I've had a few. Okay, told you about district conference coming up. What I didn't tell you is that we have 3 keynote speakers. One's on foundation, surprise. One is a past district governor of this district who was district governor in his 20s. He also works as an attorney in the same law office that Abraham Lincoln served. Some of you might know who he is. Some of you may not. He has a very interesting Rotary story. And he has also served as international director for Rotary, or for our zone 30 and 31. So we're going to have him. Our third is a classmate of mine, a fellow district governor out of St. Louis. And his name is Ralph. And he drove a bicycle with a rickshaw. Anybody not know what a rickshaw is? Anybody like to know what a rickshaw is?
Yeah, we're not sure.
Okay, rickshaw is basically a lawn chair behind your bicycle on wheels that you see a lot overseas. And he raises money for Polio Plus. And he literally took his bicycle prior to the international conference in Canada, from St. Louis to Canada for the international convention. And he is coming to our conference. He's going to give you a nice little spread of what he found about Rotary from Missouri all the way through the states. And he'll relate some stories of the generosity of Rotarians. The biggest one I thought of that was kind of cute was, you would think he'd have to stay in a lot of hotels. No, a lot of Rotary clubs took him in. They fed him, they showed him around town, and then they housed him. Amazing. And a lot of these clubs, a lot of these communities didn't even know he was coming through. Somebody saw him on the side of the road coming through with the sign and their trail vehicle, and they just invited him in. So he's going to talk about that. He's also going to raise money for Polio Plus. He's going to bring the rickshaw. If those of you who have not attended at any of the district events at UIS, there's a nice circle drive, so you can get into the rickshaw and bicycling around to help raise even more money for Polio Plus. So that's my plug for the district conference. Please do not miss it. It's in November, and you can register online now. You know what? I've spoken enough. I got to talk to your board. I was really impressed. I got to relate two fun things that have happened to me so far. I went to a club that of 6 members, and while I was there to make my visit, they had 3 incoming brand new members. So they went from 6 to 9. You heard that I run a business in this community. Is one of my suppliers. Him and his wife are going to join, so they're going to go from 9 to 11 in less than a few months. Now, previous district governors were going, well, this club is just not going to survive. It's just going to die by the... The unique part about this club is the fact that, yes, they have plenty of gray-haired guys like myself and older. However, their new members are all in their 30s, and the majority of the members are women. So, the community is Aledo, Illinois. If you ever got to Mercer County, and those of you who are my age would remember a country singer by the name of Susie Boggess. She is also from Aledo. So they take great pride about Susie there. And they just spent like $5 million on their theater there in Aledo. So she comes back once a year. They have a film and everything she puts up. How am I doing on time? Okay. So at this time, when I'm in a smaller club, I would ask, is there any questions? Because quite honestly, what the district does is we work for you. I know in years past, it may seem like the district governor comes in and says the club's got to do, but I'm here to find out what I can do for you. Go ahead.
She's gonna grab a mic.
Oh, wow, we're fancy here. Yeah, I keep freaking saying. I gotta get used to it, because I gotta go downtown Peoria tomorrow. One quick story. For the first 8 years of Rotary, my company used a CPA firm downtown, and I would go with our agent downtown, suit, tie, pin. Is that me? Okay. I always got accused of, are you our student for the night or for the day? 8 years in a row going downtown Rotary, They always asked if I was a student, so I get to come back and relate that story 30-some plus years ago. So, yeah, same members.
To follow up on what Bill said, next week at our tailgate party, I've invited our Rotaractors from Central Illinois ICC over. I have class till 11:30. Sometimes Julia does too. We're known to race each other across the bridge in our attempt to get here in time to eat that's all fun. But to that extent, then I have to leave at 1 to go teach at Bradley. So if you see a Central Illinois Rotaractor here and can step up and host them and say hi to them, I very much appreciate that. Along those same lines kind of thing, we have a good group starting out. We just had our first meeting the other day. We had about 10 people there, which is pretty good for that group. So think of us and support us as we go along. Hopefully we'll be able to grow that and make that work. Thanks.
So you get to do exactly what I asked you guys to, did I turn you off? Maybe, I don't know. What I originally asked you to do is mentor, and you're gonna have that opportunity. I also know that next week, this club turns 57 years old in our district, so thank you for that. Congratulations. Any other questions? Concerns? This is your time to, and if you don't want to ask the question, that's fine. I have cards back there. You can send an email or call me on my cell. Yes?
We have quite a few new members in here that might not know what the district does for them. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Okay. Basically, every Rotary Club is pretty much its own entity. Okay? This is how Rotary started. And so you make up your own rules, how you recruit, how you retain, and then Rotary kind of gives you a overview of what Rotary is about and how to operate. So we have Rotary International, and then we have Zone. You know, when I talk about Zone, I'll get to that here in a minute. But then we have a district level that's just above the clubs. So district level is strictly a group of volunteers that are here to help our clubs operate. Just like your club has membership foundation, all district has the same thing. Now I do have one advantage, and I have Jeff, and he is part of our meeting council, and they put on all the events in our district. We have a marketing group. Now, I understand you also have a marketing person, but if you didn't have that, the district has professionals on call. They're volunteers. Everyone's a volunteer on the district level. Nobody gets paid, not even me. Matter of fact, they're gonna fire me in less than 9 months.
You're not counting at all.
Yeah, I'm not counting at all. But ironically, Jeff and I went to Ohio, and that's Zone. And what Zone is Rotary takes a portion of the country and says, these districts, you work together. Well, in our zone, we work with another zone, 30, which is to our east. So basically Champaign, Indiana, Ohio, all the way down to Florida, New Orleans, or Louisiana. 31, basically western part of Illinois down 55, okay? And you head all the way to the tip of Texas, and we take in Missouri and such, so it kind of stair steps down that way. So our districts get together and we provide support for each other. And the advantage of having that, and what Jeff and I experienced at Zone in Ohio and Columbus, was that we get to use the talents of other districts, other clubs, of what works, what doesn't work. Now you notice I said both, what works and what doesn't work. Because just because they've tried it, maybe you want to try doing something that didn't work somewhere else, but they can explain what the pitfalls were. so you can avoid them. So this is how Rotary provides support to the clubs. So our district is made up of volunteers. We have a G line, which is, we have a governor. Actually, we have an immediate past district governor. You had Dan here not too long ago. You have a district governor, myself. And then we have a district governor-elect, who happens to be Musanda. You will enjoy him very much. He is from Edwardsville, SIUE, communications professor there. We have a district governor nominee, and we will soon have a district governor nominee designate. And you're going, why do you have this line? Well, to be district governor, there is so many moving parts within Rotary that it takes you about 3 years to figure out how everything works. And you go, why do you have a district governor, immediate past district governor? Well, because he's already been through it. And believe it or not, my year pretty much ends in December. Because by the time December comes along, Sonda will be looking at your president-elect to go to training come March. And hopefully he will have meetings with them and get that class of club presidents together so they can connect. And you can talk about what, within the presidents, talk about what works, what doesn't. So that's what's happening, and that's the reason I said my year's just about done. So I have 50 plus clubs to go visit. My plan was to have it done before November 1st, before our district conference. I don't think that's gonna happen. I have 2 stragglers that are not cooperating, but for the most part, I'll have all 48, 47 clubs visited by then. My other passion, I said, was youth. So come January 1st, I'm going to try to visit all 20, soon to be 23 Interact clubs of this district. Because I have found, last year, they took a poll of these Interact leaders. Now, you know, for years we had Rotary Leadership Awards. Those are sophomores. These are leaders in your Interact clubs. These are juniors and seniors. You know what their biggest question was at their conference, at their institute? What's Rotary? So we're failing as an organization. We sponsor all these kids, and they have no idea what Rotary is. They might say Rotary is the club that gives out scholarships, or Rotary is the one that make bratwurst at Oktoberfest. They have no clue what Rotary is and how it is an international service organization. They have no clue how Rotary even started. I applaud this club because you actually sent somebody to Frankenstein, which was the district's attempt to help Rotarians learn more about what Rotary is about, to help get people to be retained within the clubs. Because Rotary is more than just what Peoria is. I mean, you have a foundation and you do amazing things. Are you still 100% foundation? No? Okay, I'm gonna encourage you to try to get back to it, okay? I'm not here to pound that. That just be a goal for your club. But we fail a lot of times not to tell our story. Now, I did get data on your Facebook page, which is pretty darn impressive compared to the rest of the district. And you're very lucky to have somebody that has a passion for marketing. But I'm going to encourage you to try to step it up just a little bit more. Any other questions? Did that answer the district question? I'm sorry.
Okay, the other thing I'm going to pitch is, and for new members, is that foundation is our club foundation.
Yes.
I'm also chair of the Rotary Foundation, which is the international. Last time I looked, I'm the only member of that committee, which is great. There's very little distension and the meetings occur very easily. There's a charcuterie board usually, yes. Sometimes the meetings occur in my bed at night, which is really weird, but anyway, maybe that's why I don't come. Yeah, it's not where the meetings are scheduled, but I would welcome anyone to join this committee. We have World Polio Day coming up October 24th this year. And last year we did a program on World Polio Day, and our Rotary Club is going to do a fundraising activity. So this is my pitch. If you're interested in the international, although it's called the Rotary Foundation, part of Foundation, please let me know so our meetings can be somewhere other than my brain. Thanks.
Okay. All right, so one of the,
I think we have time for one more question?
yes, please.
Okay.
Let me tag on to that real quickly. When you contribute to the Rotary International and you check mark share, 1/3 of that comes back to the district after 3 years. So I know you have your own foundation, but please do not forget about Rotary International's push to eradicate polio. Go ahead.
Bill, thanks again there we go.
Yeah.
I just wanted to update you, the 2 Interact clubs you spoke of, and I kind of wanted to brag on them a little
Yeah,
bit.
please.
Last week, I spent time with both Richwoods and Dunlap Interact clubs, and they are super excited. They know Rotary, then service is what they kept talking about. To our membership, just an update, they're so excited to come here and do some things. They want to get some of the nights going. And I can see truly a renewed sense. I mean, their members are strong in both clubs, Dunlap and Richwoods. And of course, we're excited about, I think you heard earlier, about the Reservoir Gifted Academy. So we're excited to have them. And the kids, we're talking a couple hundred between all 3. So
Exactly.
we're excited about the future. I just
Bigger
wanted to
than you
update
guys
everybody
are.
on that.
Okay, just to wrap things up real quick, you know I'm jazzed about Interact. I am going to make available come January when I do my visits, each Interact club will have some sort of money from the district designated funds. This is the money comes back from foundation that are contributed by you, the members, for the Interact clubs to either do a local or international project. Because they got energized last year. And that was, it wasn't me. We had 2 volunteers that are very much involved in our youth programs in our district. Got these kids all energized up, and I'm excited to see what our fruits are from doing this. One last thing before I leave, because I know we're up against the hour. Larry Lungsford, anybody ever heard that name before? No, Jeff, don't raise your hand. No, Doug. Or board members. Anybody ever heard of Larry Lugsford? All right, Larry Lugsford is from Kansas City, Missouri. In 2 years, he will be our international president. So probably one of the closest presidents we'll ever have for quite some time. I will encourage this club to get on his schedule now for 2 years or 3 years from now. The international president travels worldwide. He travels up 2 years in advance, worldwide, visiting clubs, visiting zones, visiting activities, Interact clubs, foundation projects. If you have any interest whatsoever to have an international president show up for one of your events, it won't be this year's, won't be next year's, but whoever's behind them, send that invitation now. Try to get on his schedule for whatever fundraiser you would like. Okay? Last pitch. What happens every 25, Jeff can't answer this one. Every 25 years, what is Rotary International dictated where the international convention will be? Which would be 2030.
2029.
Chicago. Every 25 years it's in Chicago. You have no excuse to not adventure out and enjoy an international experience when it's going to be in your backyard. Now, mind you, here in 2 years, it's going to be up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. But Chicago's a little closer. It's a day trip for some of you. But I would encourage you to spend the whole week. I had the honor and pleasure of going to Calgary in the year previous. I had the honor and pleasure of going with the only other person from our district to Singapore. And the only nice thing about Singapore was it wasn't very well attended.
14,000 is not well attended.
That's not well attended. It's usually 3-4 times that. So we had the benefit of being able to walk in the hallways and intermingle with international people and get to talk. And if you've never been to international, this is your opportunity. Thank you very much for having me. You are a very blessed club. John, congratulations. You're doing a fine job.